Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this edition of J Social's Touchline Talks match review. Manchester United versus Brentford. Manchester 1, Brentford nil. This is not going to be long. Obviously, my last video, I was extremely upset. I was extremely upset with the performance that we watched over the weekend against Newcastle. It's one of those games where obviously as fans we were angry, we were disappointed. Especially the last couple of games we had were not that good. Still recovering from that 7-0 loss to Liverpool. Obviously, it hasn't been a great couple of last few weeks. So obviously, we were all disappointed about the Newcastle performance. And it's one of those games where obviously Newcastle probably was a revenge from, the Carabao Cup finals. That's probably what that was. Newcastle, they had a point to prove. And, they showed up at home and proved that point against Manchester United. Obviously, moving to today, this game midweek, a couple of days later, it's good to see a reaction from the boys. Ten Hag switching up the lineup. Obviously, we had been calling for Weghorst to be dropped so that way we can see a little bit more of Sancho, and it's nice that he did that. And this is not me criticizing Weghorst. This is not me saying Weghorst hasn't done a great job. He has done a great job, but we want to see a little bit more from the team now. Sancho is coming back in form. You've got Anthony, who's slowly starting to find his feet as well again. We had in my last review, I had asked to see a forward of Sancho, Rashford in the middle, and Anthony. And I know Rashford is not a true number 9, but in that scenario, he does a better job than Weghorst would typically do. And Sancho is coming in form today. I think Sancho had a really good game today. Actually, maybe I shouldn't say really good, but I think he had a good game overall. He kept it tidy. He kept moving the ball around, playing the 1-2s with Shaw. At some point, it was him, Shaw, and Bruno Fernandes playing the 1-2s. And then you had, after Shaw unfortunately got injured, you had Malacia come on, Malacia really gave us a bit of that forward attacking option as well. Obviously, like I said, Luke Shaw came off with a hamstring injury, unfortunately. Never wish injuries on any player, especially at this time of the season. Hopefully he's not out for a long time. But Malacia is a fantastic replacement, and what the energy that Malacia brings. Yes, he might be a little rasher than is a bit more rash than Shaw, but he gives you 100% every time. He's always there, aggressive. He wins most of his 50-50s, and that's all you can ask from a defender. And he's very direct and always wants to go forward as well. So that was, the substitution happened out of Ten Hag's control, out of anybody's control. The midfield was a little scary today with Bruno in the middle. You also had Sabitzer and McTominay. I'm not exactly sure why Fred all of a sudden is on the bench, but it could just be McTominay had a good international break, and Ten Hag is looking to switch things up a little bit, give some players some well-deserved rest. That could be it. And also we have to remember that the big games are coming up, whether it's in the Europa League or in the league as well. Now, the top 4 race is wide open. Just a few weeks ago, we thought we were secure in 3rd place, but now, the Premier League changes in 1 week, especially when we're having these games, 2 games in a week, a lot can change. And now the top 4 is open again. So it's going to be big games, and it's good to see that he's rotating. But the midfield is a little nervous about it, but I think they played well today. Sabitzer wasn't as good as he was over the weekend, but I wanted to say I was very critical of Bruno Fernandes over the weekend, and I still remain critical of him. But today, he did the simple things. He kept the ball tidy. He didn't go for the extra amazing pass every single time. There were a few moments where, Sancho had played the 1-2 with Shaw. Sancho laid it off to Bruno, and Bruno switches the play, and you're like, why are you switching the play right there when there was only Anthony on the right side? But Obviously, we know Bruno is going to make certain mistakes, is going to make some bad decisions. But overall, today, I think he had a mature performance. He did what he needed to do. He was energetic. He defended well. And like I said, he kept it very simple, and that's what we want to see from Bruno Fernandes. I don't need to see all the flashy passes from the halfway line and stuff like that. Keep it simple, and I think everyone kept it simple today. I think everyone did their job. The goal we scored, that was a team goal. Anthony crossing it, just laying it up. Not I wouldn't even call that a cross. I would not call that a cross. He just laid it up to Sabitzer. Sabitzer uses his head, heads it to Rashford, and Rashford one-time tap in. Fantastic team goal. That's what you want to see from Rashford. That's what you want to see from the team, all contributing to the goals. And my only criticism today is, you know, Rashford gets us a lot of goals, but there's a lot of moments, and I've been saying this for some time now. There's a lot of moments that Rashford needs to learn how to pass. He needs to make those decisions. It's not every time you look up and you're going for goal. I get it. Sometimes we need those moments to win games or to get into games. But there's a lot of times where he lets the team down because he's trying to go for goal. And I don't want to say it's selfish because he's one of the main reasons we are where we are this season. But I just want Ten Hag to ensure that he's managing Rashford, to ensure that Rashford, we want you to keep scoring, but we want to ensure that you're playing as a team. You're utilizing the team players you have. There were so many times that Anthony was free, lay up the pass. That could have been second goal, third goal, fourth goal that we could have scored today. And now, because those are big chances when we miss them, because to me, that's a chance missed when you could have easily laid it off to a player and that could have created us a better chance at goal. Because now, hanging on to a one goal lead against a team like Brentford, it was very dangerous. It was very dangerous because if Brentford had equalized, the closest they came to was when Ivan Toney had the low flick, and I forget what the striker's name. Kicks it straight at De Gea, but great save from De Gea as well. But those are fine margins, and these are the little moments that can change this game upside down. And if they had equalized from that, it's a totally different game. And all of a sudden now we've lost 3 points. That's 2 points dropped. Or it could even be worse. Like Brentford could have gained enough momentum to win the game. So this is why I'm critical of Rashford in the sense of decision making. Making the right passes, passing at the right time, utilizing your players. But overall, like I said, it was a mature performance. And last thing, David De Gea has shown why he is still Manchester United's number one. He didn't have much to do today. His distribution was decent. Yes, he had a few misplaced passes, but is there any football game you watch recently that a goalkeeper doesn't make a mistake? They're all bound to make mistakes, but overall, he kept it simple. He didn't have much to do, but the one moment in the game that we needed De Gea one-on-one, 1v1, he was up to the task. So guys, I'm not saying that we can't get another goalkeeper, but he's the least of our problems. Our midfield needs help. But anyways, it was a decent game. I wish we had scored a bit more. Seeing Newcastle just destroyed West Ham 5-1. That's ridiculous. Although most of the goals that Newcastle scored were, blunders from West Ham. West Ham's entire team was shambolic today. From the little that I could see while the United game was on. But it's still a goal difference now. Newcastle has scored way more goals and conceded way less. So it's gonna be. I think this is gonna go down to the last day of the season. So this is why we need to take those going back to those chances missed. We need to take those chances when we have them, because these goals are racking up, and all it takes is another. I don't want that, but another Liverpool similar trashing, and now we're in goal deficit. We don't want that, guys. But anyways, let me know who your man of the match was. Let me know what you thought about the game, the substitutions. In terms of substitutions, the only thing is I just don't get why Bruno plays 90 minutes. I still cannot understand that, but it is what it is. It's Ten Hag's decisions, and he's gonna live by his decisions and die by his decisions. But anyways, definitely been a fun game. One of our best performances in a while. Especially how fast these games are coming. But anyways, guys, been fun. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, take care.